majority of the community believes I'm just a, first round fighter because most of my fights end in the first round. But they're entitled to their own opinion, and that's fine with me. I have nothing to prove to anybody except myself. So if he wants to believe that and everybody else wants to believe that, that's completely fine with me. I got to go out there and be myself and do what I do. If I I hit him one time and he drops, and I go after him again, and I hit him again, he's definitely in trouble for the second punch, but punch or kick or whatever it is. But Daniel, he has a great chin. He's a great athlete. So he won't be easy by any means necessary.
Is it ultimately always going to come down to that John Jones rivalry?
I think beating Rumble again, it'll help, but ultimately it will come down to my rivalry with Jones. Anthony has done a tremendous job as he's come up in weight classes, but we're talking about a rivalry with a guy that many consider the greatest fighter of all time. The wins over a guy like John Jones is what's going to really, probably be the one thing that solidifies where I'm trying to sit whenever I retire from the sport. At the end of the day, I do have a tough challenge on my hands next week. Beating Anthony again, it'll just be a closing the chapter. People really do believe in him, and they really do love the knockout. So he gets a reputation for being, the scariest guy. So beating someone like that twice really should cement who I am and everything else I've done, but ultimately I think it will depend on the rivalry with Jones.
Without getting a knockout, can you see your chin still getting raised?
Excuse me? Hello?
And how's that?
He doesn't. Hey, what's your name? Kendrick? Is your name Kendrick?
Yeah, Kendrick.
Kendrick, he does not believe that if he doesn't knock me out, he's going to get his hand raised. That's why he didn't answer your question. Anthony's a smart guy. He won't lie to you. He's honest and he's smart.
Actually, I didn't.
He has no doubt in his mind that if he doesn't knock me out, he's going to win. So Kendrick, don't waste your breath and your time. He knows. He knows his only path to victory. I can make it easy and do that to him, or I can just beat him up on the feet. I can do whatever I want, Kendrick. That's the difference between him and I. He's got one way to win the fight. I can win any way I choose to. I mean, I know I was a different opponent than his previous guy, but he still had a full training camp. I had 3.5 weeks to get prepared for a championship fight and still found a way to outwork him. What's going to happen now that I've been training for him for 12 weeks? It's going to be worse than the first one.
When do you think they'll pair the winner of your fight with Jones?
The focus is really on Anthony, man. I can't really worry about what's next, because even though I believe that the path to victory or in my favor, his one way of winning is very dangerous. He could actually knock me out in no time. That's a big possibility. So I'm just worried about Anthony. Man, I can't waste my energy anymore on a guy that hasn't been around and that truly cannot be trusted to be eligible to fight. It's hard to really do that.
Johnny hasn't crossed my mind at all, or what's after this fight. I'm focused on Daniel, and that's all I need to focus on right now. So I'll think about whoever and whatever April 9th, maybe April 10th.
Okay.